The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the New Media Factory. Some programs on this network might include strong images and language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
And we're back!
Hello!
Well, we're a little bit incomplete. Wow, may applause!
We're clapping.
Yun. Sabi, lumaki lang yung chan mo. Ano ka?
Sorry, nag-buffet ako kanina eh.
So as you can see, we're only 3. Bianca, sabi niya, sino yung kulang?
Yun.
Wow!
Yun ang malilimutin.
Yeah, we're not friends with Bianca anymore.
Yeah, yung friendship over there. Pero nagpagupit ako nung kapareho ng buhok niya para medyo malito kayo. Si Bianca ba yun?
Nabuntis na si Bianca.
Kamukha kasi kami.
Issue. But no, just kidding. We're still friends. She won't be able to join us for the next few episodes, but we hope that she'll be able to join us for the second half of the season. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so it's already November. We haven't seen you since August. So since then, there have been some developments like
Shelly's tummy is now much bigger. Thanks! Yes. Yes lang, kinonfirm. Opo, buntis po ako mga kapatid. At lalaki po ang anak ko.
Oh, wow! She's gonna have a second son.
Yes.
What are the developments in your life?
You want me to say? No, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Wala. There were no developments in her life.
Nothing significant.
No growth. Me naman have just been traveling.
Wow, thank you, no growth.
Ayaw magkwento eh.
Okay, anyway, back to Anna.
Okay, so since it's November already, we thought about, we got to thinking about how the last 11 months have been.
Right.
And
how have your 11? How have your 11 months been?
Well, you know, I don't make New Year's resolutions. I used to when I was younger. I used to make like goals. So this year, I tried to have like a word. Actually, last year I also had a word, which was focus, and I failed. And then this year, it was stability, and I also failed. So
next year, she won't have any na.
so that I won't fail.
Yeah.
Mine
Set your
was-
standards low.
Yeah.
I still jump every New Year, by the way, hoping that I'll be taller. But my New Year's resolution, may mga hang-ups pala. But my New Year's resolution last year was, one is be more grateful, which I think I am more now. Parang like, it's a more conscious effort to be grateful. But the second was, stop being a flaker.
You failed at that.
You failed at that in the first week of 2013.
I know, so I'm still working on that. Meron pa akong 1 month.
Okay.
Yeah. Shelly, was yours to get pregnant?
No, that's not a resolution. Oh, but it was part of our plans this year. So if you want to get pregnant next year, go for it. No, mine was be on time. I tried to limit my.
I think you failed that today.
Traffic ngayon, tsaka dalawa kami. Excuse me. Sorry, but yeah, we're sorry for being late. We are the cause of today's show's delay, which you will not experience because you are downloading this online. And thank you for doing that.
So did you succeed in your...
So far, I'd give myself a 70% rate. Medyo...
Success.
Success rate.
70% rate of failure.
Not bad.
Not
Definitely
bad.
better than last year. I'd have to say, yung may feeling ko may karapatan na ako maasar sa mga late. Yan!
Pero malaking ano yan.
Ang kapal na ng mukha ko. Ano ba yan? Ang hirap talaga maging early dito sa Pilipinas. Wow! Ganyan. Pero ngayon lang naman ako naging maaga sa buong buhay ko.
Okay, so since we talked about our personal resolutions, we also had to look back on the year as in the nation's year.
Okay.
And we started talking about our top 5 today will be the highs and lows so far of 2013 in the Philippines. Okay, first,
This
elections.
is from our perspective.
This is from our perspective. Okay,
Yeah.
this isn't anything
Not based on the SONA.
or Harvard Business Review. Mga
Kami lang to.
Okay, so this is mine. I think the elections, it was a high and a low. It was a high in a sense that a lot of people were more active during the campaigning season. I mean, a lot of civil society. And there was a lot of talk about trying to take out families who have been there forever, dynasties.
Nepotism.
Families who have been there forever.
It's true. There are people. Yeah, I read this report that. Para lang masabing report. Para legit. That majority of the LGUs have been run by dynasties.
That's
and I
true.
think that's slowly changing.
Malaki
in a
nga
lot
ata
of-
yung percentage.
For me, one of the highs of elections was that, like, I loved it that during the campaign season, or even before the campaign season started, people were tweeting politicians who started posting before the official start of the campaign.
Right.
So it's like people were forcing, through social media, people were forcing the candidates to be more accountable.
Yeah.
Right.
So I really like that. I think that's one of the highs for the country. So is it a low for
It's
you?
a low because, of course, it wasn't perfect. I mean, there are still a lot of allegedly corrupt politicians who were still,
Re-elected.
re-elected.
Yeah.
And if you look at the Senate that we have now, a lot of them are familiar last names. So there's still a lot of room for new blood to be in the.
And Bianca just also tweeted, di ba, kasi nagkaroon ng barangay elections.
Yes.
Na parang mas konti yung participation ng tao and interest
Yeah.
as compared to last May. So I guess that's a low because really local government has so much power.
Right.
It's where the power is. It's where the system is. Paano ba? Doon a lot of revolutions should begin at that level. And if we don't care enough to vote there, dun pa lang
Vote
sa level
more.
na yun, eh hindi talaga tayo aabot dun sa
For me, yung pinaka-unacceptable reason during the last elections, the recently held one, was, kasi hindi ko kilala yung mga kandidato.
Irresponsibility mo makilala
Exactly,
sila eh.
right? So, if you don't know them, you have to make an effort to get to know the candidates, what they stand for, and what their track record
And
is.
they're far easier to know kasi malamang sa hindi kapitbahay mo sila.
Oo, or ka-village mo,
Oo,
or
ka-village mo
whatever.
sila. So, katukin mo. Hi, anong plataforma nyo dyan? Ganon.
Okay, next.
Okay. I don't think anyone can deny that this is a low point in our national history when all that scandal regarding the PDAF was exposed and is now currently still being investigated. So yeah, masyadong masakit yun. Sakit nun. Bakit kayo ganyan? Yeah, that's my low point. That for me was a really horrible.
And I think it adds, I mean, it's even lower for people like us because we work in NGOs.
Yeah.
And I was really insulted when people started posting, halika magpayaman tayo ng NGO. And for me, it's like, that's an insult to every person who works in the NGO doing
That's true.
great work,
Right.
diba? And,
That's true.
And parang we just kind of boiled down to being a joke. And
Correct.
that sucks. And it's terrible. That it's a major low point in so many levels. Like, on the one hand, you have politicians and our taxes, our hard-earned taxes going to, I
my
don't
gosh.
know, a pair of shoes or whatever.
Or a penthouse apartment.
Yeah, and then you have this whole NGO thing.
I'm sure it was also a blow to the politicians who are actually
Doing legit work with their
doing really
PDAF.
good work and not corrupting our taxes. But of course, di ba, hindi naman, andun na rin ata tayo sa point na we cannot deny, or I think we've long been there, that there is corruption going on. It's just more difficult to accept now because there's a face to it.
Yes.
Not just a face, but faces to it. And but I think also it's a high point because it has given. My high point is the Million People March because it was not organized by any institution and it was sparked by an individual.
Correct.
So, ano nga ba yung saying na yon na whoever said that? Okay, wag na lang.
I know what you're trying
Hindi ko
to say.
maalala.
Like, if you don't think that one person can change the world, it's actually the only thing that ever has.
Something like that. Yung
Yeah.
nilalagay sa dulo ng email. Yan. Bago yung, think before printing this. Yan. O, di ba nandun yun? Tapos may quotation marks.
Correct.
Yun. So, we got to meet the person, Peachy, who started,
behind it.
who just thought of it. And it was just amazing to see the series of events unfold and for it to be called a Million People March. Sure, no one can really account for a million, but the fact that everyone was participating online, offline, and there were just thermal citizens giving money from their pockets to get this thing going, just to voice out na may part ako dito. Sagutin niyo ako.
No, and what's nice also is that it just wasn't in Manila. There was one in Naga, there was one in Cebu,
There's
there was
one in London.
What?
Yeah, like the OFWs gathered and then they all rallied and they said like we don't want our taxes to go to this. So that was very touching. For me also, when I was in the march, I got to meet like 9-year-olds who were there, like they were representing their school. And because I was trying to get like to see if they really understood what the issue was, and they were just saying,
such an educator.
I know. I'm like, so mga bata, bakit pinandito? And they were all like, I loved it that the teachers really made the point to explain to them what are the implications. I mean, to 9-year-olds, right? So it made it very real for them, and I think that's such an example of stronger political will, like for the country. So that's definitely a high.
A lot of insults or not so good comments have been thrown the way of this Million People March, and I think let's take it for what it was. Let's take the good, let's take the bad, and the fact of the matter is it was a revolution of its own caliber, and we cannot dismiss that. So yes, that's my high point.
Okay, next. Okay, this is mine. Earthquake, flood, and super typhoons. Now this is particularly frustrating for me because for a country that's known to be at the center of disaster risk, we should be leading in reducing the effects of it.
In preparedness.
And we should be leading in preparedness. And for me, it's like, hello, every year tayong binabagyo, every year din tayong binabaha. Grabe naman, di ba? My brother always says, EDSA, just add water, baha na, di ba? I mean, it's why do we not learn?
Yeah.
And about earthquakes, we're in the Pacific Ring of Fire. We do get earthquakes all the time. And we should be anticipating these things. So why are we not?
Yeah.
So it's just so frustrating for me to see it. And we keep saying the Filipino spirit is waterproof. Okay, yeah, we may be. Our spirit may be. But our roads are not.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's
Our
definitely not an
infrastructure-
excuse.
Yeah, absolutely. So
At
I
saka
think
kalokohan na yan at this point, yung waterproof na spirit na yan. Subukan mo sabihin yan to someone who has lost their home 3 times or someone who has lost their entire family. Waterproof mo mukha mo.
Oo.
Oo. Kumbaga, okay yun. If it's to give us courage, if it's to make us more resilient, but we can't stop at being resilient. We have to move forward and be prepared.
And be action-oriented, not just
Yeah.
being all like, yeah, we're waterproof.
Kaya natin to!
Ano ba? Diba?
Kaya talaga.
Oh. Okay, next. Ayan.
Okay, so this is mine, the global success of Pinoys. I think this year we saw a lot of Filipinos who are succeeding not just in the local stage, but in the global stage as well. So, for the more recent ones, like you have Megan Young winning. Siyempre, we're a beauty pageant country, so we love those things, right? But then you also have people who are winning international singing competitions. And then you have Gilas, who showed so much heart during the finals, right? And I think that what I love about Pinoys is that we're so ready to support a fellow country, like our fellow countrymen. And however, the low to that is sometimes naman we overreact. Like we overreact to criticisms against the Philippines. And like we saw how Dan Brown, like the issue, the Inferno,
Yeah, we
right?
spoke about that here, no?
Yeah, we talked about it during coffee break. And parang it's so difficult for us Filipinos to accept it naman when somebody says a negative thing about us. The thing is, most of the time, those negative criticisms against us, they actually have basis, right?
Exactly. Like the Miss World thing. So everyone was so happy and like, oh, we won. And then someone just commented something about Filipinos cleaning toilets.
Yeah.
And like the whole country got so angry. And for me, it's like, why?
Yeah.
Like, we already won Miss World. Bakit niyo pa papatulan yung some random person who has no bearing on our
Who is the scum of the earth? Joke lang!
Better pala. No, for
Galit
me,
pala ako.
parang mas maraming nag-react dun sa comment na yun kaysa sa PDAF scandal. So, for me, if we can create a revolution online against a negative negative comment or unfounded comment against the Philippines, the more we should be able to really make a revolution against things that really matter. Like, for example, where our taxes go.
And also, kung ang Congress mahilig mag-file ng mga persona non grata sa mga ganon, ayusin muna nila yung PDAF nila, pwede, di ba? Ano ba?
Hindi pwedeng dun mapunta lang.
Yeah. So that's it. Those are our top 5 highs and lows.
5 na ba yun?
Actually, more than 6.
Not sure. Gumanon, girl. Okay, when we get back, we are going to be talking about, since we're talking about highs and lows, we're gonna continue with a positive note and talking about game-changing products and projects in the Philippines that we believe will take the country to greater heights. And we're very lucky to have a guest with us.
Internationally renowned.
Wow!
Guest and model, author,
Writer.
Sinabi ko na yun. Pero sige.
Singer. Uy, nagdagdag.
Dancer. Fire eater.
Award-winning. Fire eater.
Ang dami.
Contortionist. Okay, we'll see you in a bit.
Hi. They say nothing in this world is free, and for the most part, that's true. But here at NMF Network, all shows are indeed 100% free. And as an added feature, you have the option to subscribe to all your favorite programs, also at no charge. Why should you subscribe? By subscribing, you no longer have the hassle of delays when you stream the program. You also don't need to keep checking our site to see if your favorite programs are up, because they'll automatically be uploaded to your device as soon as it's available. Here's how to do it. For those people with Apple mobile devices, first you need to download the podcast app. Once you download the podcast app, open it. You should be taken to the featured page. Now, you look for the store button. Hit the store button, and after doing that, hit the search button. Put your cursor on it and type New Media Factory. All our shows should automatically appear. Pick your favorite or favorites. Open it and hit subscribe. And that's it. You're done. Congratulations and welcome to the New Media Factory family.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with the game Chubby Bunny, but
What's like?
have you played Chubby Bunny before?
No.
You put a marshmallow in your mouth, you say Chubby Bunny, and you keep putting it in your mouth, and you keep
Okay.
saying Chubby Bunny.
Okay,
Whoever
let's
can
do it.
fit the most in their mouth wins. But we're not gonna say Chubby Bunny. We're gonna have a conversation.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you, okay ka na ba?
Okay.
And you're gonna be like, okay na, okay na.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Go.
2 at a time.
Alright, I'll learn two at a time. Okay ka na ba? What?
Okay na.
Good.
I just saw it.
Okay ka na ba?
Okay na.
Okay ka na ba?
Okay na.
What? Okay. No, that's disgusting.
Hi, we're very happy to have Singapore-based host, writer, and model, Vicky Herrera. Welcome, Vicky. Your first guest for season 2.
I mean, congratulations. It's the first time I actually watched you guys talk
Thanks,
live.
huh?
Yeah. Well, how come you support us all these months?
I said talk live
Yeah,
because I'm in town.
Clear that up.
Yeah.
But she's really one of our number 1 fans.
Yes.
Out
I am
of 10.
personally.
Out of our 10, no, we used to have about 10,000 viewers for Coffee Break, but now that Bianca's not here, we have 10. So, hi Tita, and then the mom of Shelly,
My mom.
boyfriends, husband, yun na yung 10.
And Vicky.
And Vicky.
Yeah. Okay.
Alex!
And Alex.
Nagbibigay pa ng pangalan. Alex.
Para na mukhang totoo.
Oo.
Okay, so now we're going to be talking about projects that are and products that are based in the Philippines, created by Filipinos, that we believe are taking the state of our country to greater heights. So, first is Lagu. This is the world's first sand-proof towel.
Whoa.
So,
Fake no wow ni Lynn. Aminin nyo, wow.
no, it's really okay. Kasi the creator of this, he was in Boracay with his girlfriend then, who became his wife. And they noticed that a lot of the coastline was degrading because so much sand was being taken.
Oh.
And so they went to the UP Marine Science Institute so that they could create an informal study of how much sand is taken by a normal person just by, lying down and whatever. So if it's just one person, it's not a lot. But then if you think about the thousands and thousands of people who go to Boracay, who go to Mactan, who go to whatever beach we have in the Philippines, and it sums up to a lot of sand. Right? And so he created that towel with a team of young people from the company Antidote Branding, and they came up with Lagu. And now it's the world's first sandproof towel. And even if it's wet, you can go like that and
you
still
don't take
won't
any
stick.
sand with you.
And then another way to use it is you can line your bag with it so that if you can.
Does it dry? Is it dry quick?
Yes, it is. There are many colors.
Quick dry. Dry quick yung sa nail polish.
Quick dry siya. And it's good because a lot of resorts are already starting to see the value of it. So they're being sold in Shangri-La and Discovery and all of those.
Cool.
I'm one of those people who bring home sand as a
Why?
souvenir. I should stop, right?
That's illegal.
Yeah, that's not.
That's terrible. Why would you admit it on the show?
Wait, what do you do with it?
I keep it in my room.
How many bottles do you have?
Because of coastal erosion.
Sorry. Please don't FO me, Next episode,
Dalawa na lang kami.
Curious ako, gano'ng kadami yung inuwi mo?
No, a little lang. And
But if there are 10,000 people who get a little, terrible.
I know, terrible
FO,
person.
friendship over.
So what do you guys think about the towel? Going back to the topic.
No, but there. So that for me is amazing because we're an archipelago of 7,107 islands.
We are?
So, high
tide or low tide?
Okay, next.
Oh, this is mine. Renegade Folk Shoes. They started out a couple of years ago. Siyempre, hindi kita yung sapatos.
I know, I was about to say, nasan yung shoes?
Sorry.
I got
Suot ni Kuya.
Yeah.
Before, they used to have so they're a group of stylists. They're fashion enthusiasts. And they used to get their designs. They used to have their shoes manufactured not from within the Philippines. And then they started to locate, if I'm getting the history correct, they started to locate suppliers here. So they made sure na ngayon, I remember they really were intent on making sure that their brand is socially responsible. So those are one of their steps. They are now, I don't know exactly kung saan yung factory nila, pero sure ako, nakasulat pa nga doon, handcrafted in Manila. And if you see the kinds of shoes that they make, maganda. Yung hindi mo, you wouldn't think it's 1,500. You'd expect more. You'd expect that it would be priced more. And now they carry a lot of flats, so very perfect for the Philippine rain. Charot. Hindi, pagka mainit. Diba? Ayun.
I think it's always great when people are able to craft things in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Because I feel like living in Singapore, I see, normally I see a lot of things made in China and just rebranded by a more expensive brand. So I'm like, that's pretty easy than what you did. You just created a brand for yourself and you just bought it in another country. But when I see things actually being crafted in the Philippines and me being Filipino in another country, I'm like, oh my God, this is made from where I'm from. There's a sense of pride that comes from it. And when you're actually looking at the details, when I'm looking at so many types of, I come from the fashion industry, so I'm always looking at different types of material or how things are sewn or, the little details, embroideries. And anything that's made in the Philippines, it has a very special touch to it. The crafts here are amazing. So, anything made in the Philippines for me is go.
And also, I think it's more admirable when they choose to have it done in the Philippines because it could cost less if they have it done in China or Cambodia.
Or China.
Doon lang pala. No, but really, and it takes a lot more commitment to have
Right.
those things done in the Philippines, because then you would employ Filipinos and you would have to provide them SSS and PhilHealth and all of those things. So it's really, it's a commitment. Yeah.
Saka, ang galing kasi, di ba dati sabihin na, support local, and then sometimes we blindly support local just so that we're supporting something from the Philippines.
Right.
Now the trend is not like that. There really is an increase in quality
Yes.
in design. I'm sure for someone from the fashion industry would be better to comment on that.
Yes, Lynn.
Siya pala. Ako pala yung Singapore base. It's really me
Yon. So
Okay,
the next one is
Okay, so this is called Ula Mama, and it's actually a joint venture between It's a joint venture between Messy Bessie and Bistro, which is the
And that's why I'm promoting it, because it's yours.
sabi namin kanina bawal mag-promote ng sariling project, ha?
Masyadong self-serving. Ano ba?
Hindi ko na project and affiliated. Okay.
Affiliate. Talaga.
Okay, so Ula Mama, it was done as a response to a lot of employees who can't afford expensive meals, but they want to be healthier. So every Ula Mama meal is actually 50 pesos.
Wow.
And it's also, it's wrapped in banana leaves. So from production to packaging, it's also ethical sourcing. And what's great about it is that it provides employment opportunities for scholars and mothers of scholars. I won't promote. But yeah, so Ula Mama, that's like they deliver to offices. So if you're actually interested, it's something that you should definitely check out.
What areas do you cover
Ula
now?
Mama.
Ulam Mama, I don't know.
In fairness, it makes sense.
Ulam Mama, yeah.
I thought it sounds like a chant, like.
Sige, bigay mo.
I know what you're thinking, yeah.
Right?
I was like, oh,
triumph, like, yeah.
Okay, so it's the brainchild of Cree Lopez of Messy Bessie.
Wait, what areas do you service now for delivery?
Right now, Pasong Tamo is one, and then PGH just expressed their interest
Wow.
through Dr. Ryan Lim. And we're definitely looking for more office partners for this. So it's just 50 pesos, and it's a lot of vegetables, a lot of meat prepared in the healthy way. And again, it's wrapped in banana leaves. So
it's biodegradable
material. Yeah.
Okay,
Ang
great.
galing naman kung office person ako. No, if I were working in Makati, I'd definitely purchase. Kasi marami nga masyado yung, diba, how many pinaritong galunggong can you take na sunod-sunod? O kunyari, liempo na naman, taas na na.
At saka
Actually, kaya ko rin.
Actually, yeah.
Oo.
No, tsaka kaya siya 50 pesos kasi a lot of people, actually Filipinos, wanna eat healthier. Pero ang na-afford lang nila yung mga karinderya food na sometimes it's all meat extenders. So for us,
It's like drowning in oil.
yeah. So parang kawawa naman sila, diba? Everybody has a right to a healthy lifestyle, and that's our answer for it. So there.
Okay, next.
Sige na nga.
Okay, so yay!
Si Vicky lang ang pwede.
Yeah, she can promote it because she's our guest. Okay.
Okay, so I can
So
promote
tell
it.
us about your project.
Okay, so I started a project last year called Change Clothes. Okay, like my mind. That's it, ladies and gentlemen, I'm done.
What's your inspiration for it? Sure. It's a very lovely story. Pinreempt. Sorry.
Yeah,
You should
okay.
quit us
Basically, stop interrupting me, Lynn. The whole premise of Change Clothes is basically you donate your old clothing, and we accept it, and then we wash it, sort it, and we basically sell it. And the funds we get from Change Clothes, we use to fund nonprofit organizations. So the inspiration actually was a collaboration between me and Lynn. Oh, see, so it's really Lynn's project again. I've been
invited you so that you could
so she wouldn't
promote.
So she wouldn't be the only one promoting herself, right? So basically, I've been working with Lynn for her school for about 3 years now, and about a year ago, we were just doing these, like, I would keep giving her clothes for sales and, to raise money for the scholars. So what happened was, last year when I was moving to Singapore, I was moving my entire room out. And it was so overwhelming just to think about all the details. And I was, trying to pack it. And, I realized a lot of these things I haven't used. And you only use once or for an event, and then you can't use it again, or people give you the dress, and you're like, it's so sayang. And Lynn was saying, I can't really accept all those clothing because it's too revealing. No.
And can you
It's too,
imagine like the girls would wear, I mean the
Yeah,
the
she's
mannequin
like, they can't wear all these designer brands.
naka-gown.
While making their ulamama.
Ano, pag family day, nilalin mga talagang ganyan. Arriba yung mga bata.
Basically, I came up with a project and I said, why don't we just do this on a normal basis where we just get clothing from all the people in the fashion industry. And we could use that and sell that and raise money for nonprofits. And the reason why I understood the need for funding, it's because I work with you lovely ladies. I mean, I know Lynn and I've worked with her, but I've known you girls separately. And I know that funding for a good cause, it's really an effort to get. If you're lucky, a corporation's going to come in and give here's 10 million, but sometimes...
Saan yung corporation na yun?
Si Lynn, alam.
Oy, grabe.
So, there are just so many things that was going through my mind that I felt that I could put together. First of all, coming from the fashion industry, knowing that, trends come every season, and sometimes you buy things you don't need, you toss it away after 2 uses. It was just so wasteful for me for clothing. Right. And I figured there's so many people here who also want to buy that Chanel bag or Zara top, et cetera, but they'll get it for like 500 pesos.
Right.
So I give a really good deal because it's not about me profiting for it, but it's more about raising money for nonprofit organizations. And so that's it. I basically started just over a year ago. It's been growing really well. I think we have about 5 to 6 drop-off points around the city. We have in Collab, Full Suite, we have in Sofa, the One School, the One Core, and in Bistro. Oops, I'm promoting Lynn again.
It's really my show.
It's really her project.
Lynn's coffee break.
Yeah. She just hired me to do change clothes. Yeah, I didn't start. No, kidding.
So when is the next one? So that maybe there are people who want to.
Okay, so the next one is this month. Actually, we have 2 sales this month. So last year we only had 1 sale. This year we have 2 sales. Stepping up. Growing fast. We have a sale November 16 and 17 in collaboration with Red Cross. And we have another sale also on the same day, 16th and 17th, but it's also for Mano Amiga. So we kept Mano Amiga as one of our nonprofit organizations, but we also partnered with Red Cross as well we donate clothes for their sale. So that's one of the things. It's been quite a ride. I need help, guys. So consultation later after the show. I'm new in this field, so is this right?
I was going to ask if you have, because you did step up this year with 2 sales from increasing from the last one. Are you thinking of doing the same for the 3rd year?
For the 3rd year?
And are you looking for more beneficiaries? More
of course.
And are you?
Ang dami!
I think
I'm overwhelmed.
I mean, to be honest, I'm super new in, to do it as a project and for fun, it's fine. There's no pressure, but really to legitimize everything and to really make sure that your sales make money and you reach your target and you partner with a legit organization that doesn't run away. I think that's my learning curve, just to understand how this works.
Right.
I'm so new here, guys.
No, but that's great.
So for me, I'm learning so much, and the way I just looked at it, I'm like, look, just start with what you have and then grow from there.
Exactly.
All I have is Twitter and Facebook. So let's start saying, hi guys, please donate. So my first sale.
Yeah, except her Twitter and Facebook are very powerful. They're not just, 3 followers.
Or 10 followers.
Oh yeah, like us, 10 viewers.
What I did last year was, I really just hit up my friends and my sister, and my sisters, and I'd just be like, hey, give me your clothing. So, give me your clothes.
Hubad.
Yan, gusto ko yan.
Okay. So, what happened was I spent 3 days, we would just drive around the city picking up clothes, and then I think just that morning we just unpacked boxes and put it up and then just sell, and then we raised money for I think 2 scholarships for Mano Amiga.
Wow.
That's a lot. It's a big help for us. For me, one of the things I loved last year, so the sale last year was held in Big Bad Wolf.
Yes, in the fort.
And the security guard from the next store, he saw all the commotion and he came in. And he left the store, one of the happiest people I've ever seen, because he was able to get a pair of almost brand new
Nike Air Max.
Nike Air Max. And to him, just
for
to see the
500
smile.
pesos.
Yeah, just to see the smile of the security guard, that was priceless for us. So, yeah.
I think also just what I also wanted to bring here was the idea of wearing secondhand ukai, vintage clothing, and all of that, because it's really popular in the States and Australia and London, et cetera, right? And I'm like, there's no shame in buying something that's ukai.
Absolutely.
I love it. And so yeah, that's one of the things I also wanted to promote. Like, you know, you could buy secondhand, you'll save a lot of money.
You'll help the environment.
Yeah, you'll help the environment. And at the same
Bumabawi
time,
dun sa sand stealing.
sorry.
yeah, and one of the things that's just, my mind, because
Sorry.
yeah, so you help the environment, and the money you pay for this secondhand goes to something else. And I think one of the good things that you brought up was that when I was showing it, it's just also the idea of generosity. Because for me, it's not about how much you give. It's just about, you know, paying 50 pesos for a T-shirt is a way of donating something. So you don't need to be necessarily like a millionaire to be able to do charity. And that's what Lynn and I were talking. I'm like, you know, anyone can really do it. Here's a shirt. Here, I'll buy a shirt or I'll donate. And it's a very simple act. And what I wanted, I just wanted simplicity of giving. It doesn't need to be super like, you know, only when I reach, you know, like my 50s and I'm a millionaire, then I could donate, then I could be charitable. You could be 13 years old and just give an old T-shirt, and you're already, you know, being a part of the process. So it kind of empowers anybody, you know.
And also, I think it takes something to give away your own things. Because even if you say, I just wore this once, but if you wore it to like
May
your
attachment.
graduation, or some important event,
To your wedding.
to your wedding. But if it was something memorable to you, even if you just wore it once, or even if someone gave it to you and you never wore it,
Sentimental value.
So it also,
Or yung sasabihin mo, hindi papayat pa ako, masusuot ko yun. Nami ako nun.
lagi ko yun. Marami din ako dyan.
Inalala ko nga yung 6 na drop-off points. I got it.
And then, but since you were talking about like branded clothes, but anyone can give any kind of clothes.
Branded is just one of the things I get. Really, opening each box whenever I collect it from the donation centers, it's like a surprise. It's like Christmas for me. Like, what am I gonna get today? You know, you'll have one box that's full of like men's polos. I'm like, okay, so for me, I'm start questioning like, oh, I wonder, you know, who is giving this, or et cetera, et cetera. Then you have another box, and it's like you find a leather skirt in it. You find like this Versace jeans in it, and you're like, I wonder where this girl came from. You know, it's really cool to see the diversity.
What's the oddest thing you've ever found?
Oddest thing I've ever found? I'm trying to think.
Lynn's sand bottles. Uy, wag mo na benta yun.
Oh, I put a strict rule on my Facebook page. I said, please no undergarments.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
disgusting.
weird getting it. So you can imagine my shock when I'm like opening boxes and the first thing you see is like, you know, 4 bras, and you're like, oh man, I don't want to donate
Not
this.
listening.
Or like,
Self-listening.
Yeah,
But you know what? Sorry, it's always it's always a need in centers. So maybe if you could accept new
new ones.
Huwag naman yung mga holes.
Yeah.
Or huwag naman yung mga
No moldy ones. If there's a tear, missing.
bago, basta bago. Huwag yung nagamit nyo na. Pagka underwear.
Yeah.
Or nothing too bizarre. Yung mga chains, mga ganyan. Or
I've gotten belts. I've got a lot of belts, hats.
I got a lot of chains. Wow.
Wow. For something else.
Saan yung call out mo?
I would get so many bags. And these are really nice bags where you're like, because it's really nice. I got really great blazers, jackets. For me, there's nothing, you know, I don't look at something. I actually wrote an article about this. I don't look at an old product as something ugly. It's still nice. Of course. It's still usable. Just clean it or dry clean it or, you know, take the smell out. But apart from that, it's really nice. So, and it's about you wearing the clothes, not being so distracted about it has to be brand new. It has to be in season. It has to be, you know, because that's really you just being like, you know, a trend. Sorry.
you can say whore.
Trend horror. Yes.
You can say it again.
Trend horror.
Okay, so just to recap, the next change clothes event is going to be?
It's happening on the same weekend, actually, 2 different sales. The first sale that I'm so sure of is happening for Red Cross, November 16 to 17. We're collaborating with Red Cross for their event called Aid Couture. It's going to be at Alabang Town Center. The second event is for Mano Amiga, and the details will come to me on Friday. So Lynn can announce that one next week.
Okay, so thank you, Vicky, for joining us.
Thank you.
You're such a
By the
lovely
way,
guest.
next week, Lynn will not be here. Vicky will be joining us.
Banned from over-promoting. Suspended.
So thank you for joining us,
it
and
was
we
so
hope
fun.
that a lot of people will go. We're sure a lot of people will go to change clothes. And if you guys have any ideas for products or projects or events that you think will help our country and help our people, please let us know as well. We would love to find out more about these things. So we'll see you next week. And thanks for being one of our 10 viewers.